Welcome to Literary Lands. Welcome to Literary Lands.
So back now to the discussion about the first part of this book, A Court of Mist and Fury. You'll notice I have to look every single time at what the book is called because I can't trust myself to remember it each time.
ACOMAF.
ACOMAF, is that what it's called?
Sure.
Is that works?
I like it.
Hey, before we get into this, we came up with a quick tagline for the book club, courtesy of Jason. You want to give us that real quick?
No, it's not book club if you're not double fisting, right?
That's right.
Yeah, good point. Everyone.
As most everyone is here.
Yeah,
I am not.
That wasn't even planned, but
Let's grab this one. Alright, so we have some discussion questions, as we often do with these things. We've gotten to the first part of this book, and the first of these questions is, did Feyre have a valid point for giving the water wraith her jewelry? Or
No.
did it undermine... Hold on.
Sorry,
Hold
got some
on,
strong takes.
You're gonna go first, don't worry. You're gonna go first.
It's fresh on his mind.
Or did she undermine the authority and the general lay of the land and how the land is ruled?
Scott, I yield to you.
No, I'm gonna go last.
I yield.
You would be the worst at improv.
So I'm going to say that the answer is both. Is that she definitely undermined the current situation.
Regime.
Yeah. Like, you just don't do that. At the same time, though, I think that she needs to shake shit up and kind of, you know, if Spring Court's going to be successful in perpetuity, they can't be just doing the same old shit forever and treating people bad. So my answer's both.
Wow. I think old traditions die hard, and I think that there's no reason to keep this up, right? The wraiths, they could be helpful. You know, you never know when you're in need, right? You fall into the water, maybe you need a wraith to help you out. So I would, definitely a wraith, yeah. Whatever they're called, Jason, I don't know.
Hindsight being 2020, I would say that it was a bad move on her part because, you know, she went and did that and then immediately left like 2 days later.
Dipped out?
Yeah, she like doesn't face any of the fallout for it. It was like, yeah, you know, cool, yeah, great gesture. I get it, very, you know, selfless, but at the same time, it's like, you know, maybe trying to make up for some shortcomings in her own heart for how she's dealing with her things that she's going through.
They did say they will never forget what she did.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
Oh, they might
later.
That's a good point.
It'll be like the Eagles in Lord of the Rings.
Scott, you got it?
I agree with Sam. He's absolutely right. She shouldn't have done it. It was mentioned that the water people, they will, like, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. Shouldn't have done it. It's going to upset the land.
Scott finished the book about 5 minutes ago,
Good
so he
point.
doesn't know what he's talking
I know
about. That's
everything.
okay, though. Keep going.
Adam or James? Again?
Just, if you have to start your argument with, it's because we've always done it this way, it means you don't have a good fucking reason.
Let's
Yeah.
go, James. Talk about it.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's
There's
it.
just not a good fucking reason.
Not even
He talked about it.
What more do you want from him?
My lad here said a word that really landed with me. It was in perpetuity. And so when you unpack that,
Big word.
I know,
don't know what that
and I
means.
appreciate that. When you unpack perpetuity, we're talking about what are the residual effects? What does the long term look like for us lads? For Feyre, and you too, sets like, why not buck the old trend?
Yeah.
Basically,
said that.
in summation. And so when you think of those
Give me a
things,
lot of credit.
I agree. I say all the things that have been laid before us. Why not buck that trend? Why not move on?
Here, here.
Wait, James,
Progress.
what did you say about how you start an argument? Is a bad way. What did you say? How did you say that?
How did I start an argument?
Yeah. What did you just say? Repeat that. If you have to start your reasoning with what? What did you say?
That's how we've always did it.
That's how we've always done it.
So we've always thought murder was bad in this country, right?
Oh,
That's
I
how
see.
we've always done it. You're saying that's a bad way.
We
to
haven't
argue.
always done that.
Yeah, murder used to be pretty cool. You ever watch
feel like-
Tombstone?
You just
Since
watch it.
since I was born.
They used to just hang out in the public square and just murder people.
Yeah.
Like they used to do it all
Since
the time.
then, we've
All right.
always said.
All right, laddies. So she really needs to be writing her congressperson and never getting anything done. Tamlin asks Rhysand multiple times to break the bargain, and finally, he offers Rhysand anything. Would you give anything to break that bargain?
If I were who?
If you were, I guess, Tamlin in this case, would you give anything? Now, keep in mind these
I
fairy
mean,
folk.
sure, because you're just gonna keep her locked up in the house forever, so it doesn't really matter what you give up.
Yeah.
I'm so curious if that does shake out that way. What encompasses like anything? Like what's actually in his power that includes anything, right? Like, can he give up spring court? Like, I mean, can he like get rid of his powers or something like that and like transfer them to Reese? Like, cause they made Farah again, right? With like all their little drops of magic. Like, I don't know. Like anything in the fairy world seems like that could just be
Fair game.
insanity.
Yeah, what's the scope of what's being given up is what
Yeah,
you're saying.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
I agree
Yeah.
with that tenant.
Yeah.
Would I give it up? Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah, because I feel I'm with you. It's like these fairy folk, man, they're shifty. It's like
Shifty.
you don't know what you're gonna give up. It's like, I want a turkey sandwich, no demon turkeys. I don't want anything wrong with it, nothing. But no, they would find some way to screw you over. So I feel like it would be that kind of situation. So yes,
That's a good point.
Turkey's
I wouldn't
dry.
give it up.
Can
The turkey's a little dry. I wouldn't give it up.
Sourdough bread on
Yeah.
Although I do say that, like, right now, this deal is in a little bit of an odd, like, arbitration period because she's in night court of her own
That's true.
volition. So, I mean,
Yeah.
what does that do with the curse? What do you think,
What do
though?
you think, Scott?
Why are you skipping over?
Because I
go?
you,
Like,
you're
we're going
it's
down the
fresh in
line.
your mind, you know.
No, I'm lost. You guys are giving back
had
and
a
forth
feeling.
answers.
31
I had a
seconds.
feeling. We got James. You guys all got different answers
Chlorophyll,
here.
man.
Sway me.
more like chlorophyll.
You've got 30 seconds.
Go ahead,
Sway me.
Zacko.
Yeah, I agree with Sam. Scott, what do you got?
Time's up. Shit.
Next.
I don't even
Not one tree.
I forgot what the question was.
Would you?
Sam, repeat the question.
Tamlin asked Rhysand multiple times to end the bargain with Pharaoh, where she has to go to the night court for a week, like every month. Until finally, Tamlin offers Rhysand anything, like take anything from me to end this
Imagination.
bargain. Would you do that? Would you just like give up anything to end that bargain?
That happened in this book?
Yes.
If I was Rhysand, would I accept it?
Would you?
Oh, I mean,
No,
like,
Tamlin. Dingus.
oh, well, if I was Tamlin, oh wow, what would I give up? Well, I don't know. I think you guys. I think it was Zach was talking
That's
earlier.
right.
Like, where's the balance of what he would give up?
You're being given shit by the guy.
That's not true, but keep going. Keep going.
By the
Yeah.
way.
Build on that.
I agree with Sam.
I warned by too much.
You'll notice there's one outlier here amongst us. And that outlier sits because he forgot his shirt.
I just wore it so much that
Shame.
the logo rubbed off. Like,
Adam, I was gonna Photoshop it right over.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
it just doesn't move the entire.
Only
Uh,
like 3 of us gave answers, but all right.
do you want to keep going?
No.
I didn't think so.
The guy who said not,
Not
my
anymore.
turn, now
Do you want to
Not
try
anymore.
I'm sorry, Zach.
Continue.
I skipped you over.
No.
Please.
Next.
Okay.
Read the next question.
Okay,
Can't
okay.
say Jack.
All right, you can go first this time, son.
Yeah, Scott's go first.
Do you think, Scott? Do you think Rhysand did the right thing by only protecting Valeris?
Okay, wow, this is a tough one.
Do you still want to go?
Popcorn Zach. All right. No, I think.
You read that part.
Yeah, I read some 30 minutes ago.
Thank you.
I think he had to do what he had to do. There was this secret city, aka Valeris, as the question calls it. I don't think it's called out in the book, but
I'm pretty sure it is.
oh, my bad.
Continue.
Anyways.
You're good.
You know, Amaranth is on the warpath at that point. You can either give up the whole territory of where's he in Winter Court, or you can hide half of Winter Court in Valeris and give up the other half of, you know.
I think it's dark there.
What did I say?
It's dark
Winter
there.
Court.
Yeah.
It's not cold.
Isn't there a
Like,
Winter
there's a
Court?
lot of dark in
just
night and winter.
Yeah,
but
no,
it's
you're
like
right. No,
synonymous.
I don't want to.
Did I mention that
Answer
Scott
different.
just finished reading?
Answer is to be determined when we come back around.
First of all, we don't know, right, if he actually had the chance of saving anything else. Like, we're putting a lot of weight on Reese's shoulders, but I don't feel like, we don't know how far his power extends. Maybe he only had the ability to protect Valeris.
I think that's what he said.
Nobody else
Yeah.
knew about this. It was a secret.
He had
So,
one to pick. basically.
exactly.
That's what he
You gonna
said.
protect your people or somebody else's?
Ooh, interesting.
Oh, are you doubting?
This is how we're recovering.
Go, go ahead. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Yeah, speak on it.
Expound upon it.
No, I'm just hating on what you're saying. I'm done over here.
You know what?
Wonderful.
Scott's take is opposite of whatever Zach says.
That's fine.
Gotcha.
We gotta have one contrarian
Yeah.
on the path. I think that he did the best he could with what he had when he had it. Because it was like a situation where, much like you said, that was what he could save. And that was all that was given to him. So it's like, it's like the old trope of do you kill one person to
Yeah,
save
The
thousands.
trolley's coming down the track.
Exactly.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But like in this case, that was what was laid before him, and he couldn't think about saving the millions. He had to save just this section because he knew the other ones they were fucked. So he just kind of let that be and save the other ones. You don't like that answer.
Well, as soon as Amarantha is gone, at least for now, so he just brings the first hot piece of ass he runs into, and he's like, "Hey, let me show you this secret city that no one fucking knows about for 50 years." Like, I really care about keeping this a secret.
That's a good
Like,
point.
let me just like bring you up in the air, we'll bang, and we'll.
Is
go
she
from
pretty
there.
hot though?
But she's pretty hot,
She can't
and
control her mind
potentially she's
whatsoever.
pretty powerful. He sees a potential tool in there. So I mean, I
Political-
understand.
To be
Intriguing.
fair,
Yeah.
he did make her pinky promise. So
That's fair.
that's
Yeah.
all I know about it. So.
With sweet temporary tattoos, bro. Adam, my friend, what do
Adam?
you think?
I side with James here, and as a function of that, let's reserve this thing that's like, that not many have seen, that he secured and procured and like safeguarded, and now he can bring her into that space and just like woo.
It's like-
Can it be both?
Right? He has all these
Can it be
fucking
both?
penthouses just.
I
in
think
this-
what
That was
Adam,
even the question.
what Adam's saying is
Forgot.
basically
He's thinking about
Was Reese trying to lay the pipe?
Yes.
Was that the question?
it's the
It
equivalent.
was like reading between
It's
the
how I
lines.
answer.
I feel like there was a big philosophical question over here, and we
maybe.
ended up on was Reese trying to lay the pipe or not?
Did you have an
It
answer?
doesn't often.
The answer is yes.
The answer is yes.
Adam's right.
Isn't that often an answer to the question of what is your philosophy?
Avatar at the intersection of
usually
philosophy
yes,
and
that's right.
penis.
Jason, was he trying to lay the pipe or not?
Well, so to Adam's point, and I think he makes a great
Yes,
point,
I say yes.
Yeah.
is that
Thank you.
this is the equivalent of like, hey, do you want to come upstairs and see my record collection or something like that? It's like,
Yeah.
hey, let me show you this secret city.
That's it.
Now we're in.
Thank you
I
for-
got you.
Yeah, I
got
need
you.
your color. I need your
Yeah,
color
yeah.
every once in a while.
All of a sudden, Barry White comes on out of nowhere.
Exactly. He took her to the
Candlelight.
art district.
You're a
This is-
saxophone.
Do you have
Yeah.
Starling vocal band?
Which one of my penthouses do you want to stay in tonight, baby? So we heard your answer a little bit. Do you want to add anything else to it before we come back around?
No, I think we've gone through laying the pipe.
Okay. All right. The pipe has been laid, metaphorically. If you had to fight one of Rhysand, Cassian, Azriel, or the scary short lady, Amryn, which one would you fight, and how would you do?
So I think the first thing we got to clarify is it hand-to-hand combat or not? Because if it's hand-to-hand combat,
I think it's
I'm not
Tanks,
touching
definitely.
grass.
You
I'm
you each
tanks
get a tank. M1
Slappers only.
I think it's
Rappers only.
I think it's prison rules.
Lasers.
No rules.
Prison
Prison
rules.
rolls? No
Yeah.
rules?
So
Shanks and shivs are good.
my answer, I think I got it. Actually, I'm pretty confident in my answer. I think
Oh.
I'm going Reese.
Yeah.
He is the one most likely proven to potentially show mercy. The other guys, they're fucking killing you right off the bat. Like you have no chance, right? But Reese is gonna like, how can I use you down the road? So he's gonna like tie you into some sort of bargain. At least that's your best hope. If not, you're just fucking dead immediately, basically. So
I'm pretty confident I won't take any of them in a fight, so I'm just gonna say I'm more of a
Yeah.
lover than a fighter.
But if it's prison
I'm gonna win
rules-
one of them over.
so you're gonna be
If it's
going
no
over.
over.
Who would you win
Gonna
over?
go-
Full circle. James becomes Reese's whore instead of where he was in Marantha's whore.
I guess I'd have to be Amryn's whore then because she seems to like terrify everyone else. Everyone else seems to be like not really sure
Yeah.
about her.
So screw the others and just like side with her. Don't fight. Just like side with her.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Be your pipe boy.
Adam, you got thoughts?
Yeah, I like the long play of Reese. He's playing chess while others are playing checkers. All the other three are going to end you.
Yep.
They'll off you, and Reese might use you longitudinally.
Ladies, these are excellent answers. I don't think any of them answered the question though. The one that you could take in the fight. I
The one that you
say
agree.
Cassian because he's clearly the dumbest because he's just like the brute strength guy. And so there's prison rules. And hey, can Cassian face off against an AK-47? Probably not. Here, he can't dodge a bullet, so shoot the fucker.
Do we know
We
if
get
they're
guns.
bulletproof?
Do we
We
have
don't know that so far.
AKs?
Yes, prison rules.
On our person?
Prison rules.
We have
I'm
AKs
pretty
on our
sure there's
person.
not
Yes.
license
Yeah.
prison.
It's just
You were
it's just like
strapped.
it's just like
You're
a Call of
strapped.
Duty.
I just
Yeah.
still think that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Shoot him, it'll just make him matter.
Now,
Yeah,
what if we
yeah.
get our hands on some Ashwood?
Ooh.
Call back to the first book.
Game
Call back to the
changer.
first book. Yeah, we read the first book.
Yeah.
You read the first book.
You can get some sort of audit.
That's where we talk more about the first book and not the second book, which I'm not sure of the name of.
Yeah.
So Ashwood, sorry, we'll skip over Zach again. Go to you.
So no, that was just a great.
Well, Scott, I got a question for you then. Do we know if the Alarians are also susceptible to Ashwood or not?
What's an Alarian, first off?
They're like the berserkers.
Can we just stick to bone swords? He only read the first book.
Yeah.
You got a bone sword. Who you stabbing?
So Cassian and Azriel, they're both the Alarians, which I guess Reese kind of is too.
Yeah. Well,
but
let me
he's
give
not.
you an answer.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
guys
you got it.
honestly, you haven't read the book. I've got an answer here. The answer is Amryn, because she's bound by some kind of magical spell. Am I right? She can't unleash her full power. So if you go hand to hand, one on one with her, she's bound by magic. Correct me if I'm wrong if that's more, but I'm pretty sure it's Amryn. So you can just like, she's got like hands tied behind her
We're not
back.
fighting her.
You can just. What? What's the question?
Amryn, you're right. Keep going. Sorry.
No,
So you're on the right.
He's on a roll. Let him go.
You're
So
going
the
good.
answer is Amryn because she can't use her full powers. Everyone else can use their full powers. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think?
That's how you bang.
Remember when I was writing on my board?
I remember.
Scott's
Oh, I
answer
remember.
was, I'm going
I
to utilize that right
Yeah.
now. You
I
convinced me.
should have went
That-
first.
that
It would save
logic-
you guys some embarrassment.
It was soundproof. You can't argue with that. So I'm going to just back up Scott on this
No.
one.
You haven't read the book. Don't tell me I'm wrong.
Did you say you're gonna fight? You're gonna fight.
Oh,
You didn't say.
Oh, who am I gonna fight? I actually agreed with your logic, to be honest. I think I would fight
None of
Cass.
us use
because-
logic.
Well, that's fair. I thought I did.
This is a book where winged beasts swoop out of the sky and whisk young women away to marry them. Logic has no place here.
Just like
But
Slovakia.
logic has a lot more. There goes our Eastern European market.
Yeah. We didn't talk about where we were fighting. That matters, okay? If it's Slovakia, same answer. Anyway, keep going.
So, was Night Court how you imagined it, or how was it different?
Absolutely not. I was picturing red light district, Amsterdam. Like, I was thinking, like, sex on every corner, it's nighttime, whores everywhere.
Sex on the corners.
Sex on the corners. Yeah. Straightaways, not so much, but corners, absolutely.
Watch yourself.
And I was a little disappointed. It's like there's artists. It's like it's just like another fancy city. Not
That's
a whole lot
hilarious,
going
though.
down.
That's not Night Court though.
Well, it's the same thing.
No, whoa.
We don't know what's going
It's
on
part
down
of
there in the
Night
Nightmare Court.
Get him.
Yeah, I don't know. Night Court we don't really know about, right? The real Night Court is under the mountain, right? I mean,
That's
Reese is hanging
I
out.
thought that's just
on
one
top.
part of
The
it.
Court of Dreams and the Court of Nightmares.
That's late.
You're talking about the Court of
That's
Nightmares.
all Night Court. Though,
Yeah,
right?
right.
That's all encompassing. Like Night
Yes.
Court's a general term, right?
Yeah.
Cinemax After Dark Court.
Skinamax?
Skinamax, if you dare. Stars.
Either way, my answer is no. It's not what I expected at all. I did not see them being on a big ass mountain way up high with like a bunch of. I mean, I'm like pretty terrified to see like what's under the mountain because these people are just sound fucked up, to be honest with you. So
Just a bunch of Smeagol's.
yeah, like legitimately, that's basically what I thought of is just deformed, crazy people just all living under a mountain.
Did you expect Night Court to be heated? Like all
Yeah, no, cold as shit. That's what I would have
It's got
assumed.
central HVAC.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good HVAC and all that.
Yeah, that is impressive.
Yeah.
So that's all I got.
Yeah, no, I was expecting more night. I thought it was just always going to be nighttime there. Turns out it's not. There's,
Yeah.
there's morning, dawn, dusk.
Like a nice lighting
Yeah.
system, to combat the darkness, but no, it's
Dimmers.
just like kind of.
Dimmer switches.
Yeah, it's
dimmer
just-
switches.
yeah.
Real nice. Real smooth.
Reese in his bedroom just has a dimmer switch with a hole.
Yeah, he just cranks
The
it
reason
all up.
it's better, my picture with fucking mirrors on the ceiling, dude. Come on.
Adam, you got anything to add?
No.
All right. Continue.
That's good.
Okay, so final one, and then we can go with some wild card ones.
Ooh.
Was Tamlin being overprotective,
Yes.
or is he? Well,
Next
that'll
question. Next question.
Or
Or
sorry,
what?
Was there
or is he justified to keep her safe?
Does anybody?
I think we've
not
heard of your
feel
answers.
Like he was justified. Does anyone feel like he was justified?
They can leave it.
I'll
Yeah, you can.
I'll play devil's advocate for the
Oh,
sake of
here we
argument.
go.
Boo.
This is where we got to pad this out a little bit.
I'm gonna be with
folks.
Sam on this.
Oh,
You go first.
well,
Well, I'll fill in all the blanks.
How did I get between you two? This is-
Yes and no. I think that there was some justification to it for a lot of the political reasons that were outlined. Because Farah, God bless her, I love her so much. She's kind of going like firing at the hip right now. She's firing a 12 gauge from the hip. She doesn't know what she's gonna hit right now. So,
impressive.
but it was terrible how Tamlin went about keeping her safe. Like, he says, God damn it, this is the person you're marrying. You're supposed to be listening to him and figuring this shit out a little bit. You're supposed to be listening and learning from each other. He didn't do that, even though she told him 1,000 times. I mean, I said it in one of my video journals, which I'm sure you'll watch. But he treated her like a homeowner that he walks up and down the basement stairs every day, starts to smell gas. Oh, that'll be all right. Keeps walking down the stairs every day, starts to hear tinkling sounds coming from the hot water heater. Oh no, it's probably fine. All of a sudden, his head gets fucking blown off.
Tinkling.
It literally happened.
Someone's pissing behind the radio.
Somebody's pissing over there.
It's on the radiator. So either way, he literally had his future wife blow up in his foyer,
Yeah.
and like just thought nothing of it. Like, so, you know, I think there was some justification to keep her safe, and like I get why he was doing it, but he did it so wrong. But Scott,
Yeah, just to play off the peeing behind the radiator talk over here.
Yeah.
Wow, I forgot which side are we taking. You were the contrarian.
Tamlin is
Yeah.
justified in protecting Farah
So
at any cost.
he is justified. I have a feeling we're going to get to this question later, but he's justified within his core belief that he's only marrying her for the good of the land. So he's going to keep her safe. He's going to keep her safe and sound, not let anything happen to her, because he's already put in all this work to make it happen. Amaranth is dead. The land is healing. Don't let that fall apart because she wants to go off and, like, you know, play, I don't know, cowboys and whatever with whoever she wants to fight.
Cowboys
and porn stars.
Yeah.
So you don't think there's any love there between Tamlin and Farah? You think it's all just
Is
for
that a
show?
question coming up? I feel like that's a pretty
There's
good
no more questions.
We don't have that question? That's a big one.
You can ask that question.
Producers!
You have a wild card question, Zach?
What's the question? What's the
Can I
question?
be the producer?
So let's follow up question. Does Tamlin really love Fur? Is he marrying her for love? I say no. I think it's been established in the first book that it was all about healing the land. They needed to get out of the spells cast by whoever. They had to find somebody. A human? An immortal? You guys tell me?
Yes.
Immortal. A mortal. Continue the conversation. I'm
A
done.
space mortal. Yeah, not I.
Space
Yeah,
mortals.
yeah, I got it.
I think it started out with a good intention for marriage. I think it started out
Yeah.
more as a lust type thing, though, where it's like, you know,
Yeah.
that sweet, sweet honeymoon period.
Well, they never talked. They just did it all.
Well,
It's-
Wrong
Yeah,
it's-
yeah, that
it's-
could really make a marriage seem really fun all of a sudden. And then
Yeah.
it just, you know, you get down to it, and he's
Yeah.
marrying you for, you know, I
But
guess,
she
new
doesn't-
delegates in the fairy congress or something like
She
that.
didn't give it up
That's
for like
a-
a week.
That's
and,
a great
you know,
example of a wrong
And
answer.
they figured it out. It's like, oh fuck, this doesn't really work. So, yeah, tough one.
I hate answers that start with yes and no. So I'm just going to bring it back and
Yeah.
Tear it down.
Yeah.
what was the original question?
Right? It's
That's a question. I switched it up.
Tough circle
I
back.
switched it up.
Is,
I
Tam,
switched
is
it up.
Tamlin marrying Farah for love? Yes or no? Is he marrying her for
Or is it
you know,
heal the
the
land?
reason that people get married?
to break the spells cast on them. The mask.
Or was it a
Get rid of the
political,
mask.
like,
Remember the mask from the first book?
Beauty and the Beast. Is that what you're saying?
Or is it politically driven?
Or is he just
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
put that D in the V?
All right.
No. Is it for
Depends.
love or is it to break the spell? Which one is it?
Well, yes and no.
damn it, boy.
I think I would argue that it's for love initially, and then what has shifted or become more apparent to him is that he can do both. He can check both boxes.
You know what we haven't talked about?
So what you just said is yes and no.
The answer
You
wasn't
didn't use the word.
yes or no. It was for love or to break the spell. So
Alright.
technically no.
Technically correct. Yeah, that's kind of.
Technically I did it. I did it.
James,
Mic drop.
Jezza, what do you have to say?
I think he's just not good at love.
No, I
I
don't
think
think
he,
so.
I think he loves her, but he is
Yeah.
just bad at expressing it.
He just doesn't listen.
He's like trying to.
He's
keep
like
it
me,
protect
never
her.
fucking listens.
Here's a question. Did Tamlin change or did Feyre?
Both.
Because Feyre in book 1 was a human. And Feyre in book 2 is a reincarnated high lady, whatever you want to call her. I don't know what the title is, but she's no longer this like damsel in distress that needs protection.
That's way higher.
Right? She's like somebody
She got
who
taller, literally.
she wants to flex. She wants to
trying to
find her inner power. She wants to
Yeah.
flex, and now that means she wants something different.
This
So
is a
I
good
feel
point.
like we're,
I mean,
it's a great point because I said it. Keep going, Jason.
No, I disagree completely.
That's how you get the debate.
No, I agree. I think that most of the transition is for sure on her because she was, and she's even said it too, like she went from somebody who was very helpless to now she can fuck shit up if she wants to. She just doesn't quite know that. So she wanted to protect her because she never had that before. That's how they started out. But now, like, power level is like equal. If not, she might be above him. We don't know that yet.
I got you.
Thank you. She's gonna help me out.
She's a social climber.
Ooh.
She's a social climber.
Yeah.
She likes that prospect of like, I'm here, I'm gonna bounce up to this level, now I'm gonna and keep going up.
She started in Branson.
Literally
Yeah,
and
you-
figuratively.
you-
Maybe
both,
literally,
both.
maybe both.
Yeah.
She started in Branson, Missouri.
Right.
Went to
And
like
then-
Indy.
Cincinnati.
Now she's trying to get to New York.
Right,
Cincy.
right.
I heard
Yeah.
Cincy too.
Yep.
Sin.
Sin with an S.
Yeah, I know. I gotcha.
It's DMV.
I had only one question coming out of this book, and that was, do you think there's cities like Valeris? Like, honestly, like the one thing that got me to, like, in my mind's eye, see something very clear was when they started talking about the city of Valeris. I was like, okay, I can picture this really, like, distinctly. I can
Yeah.
imagine what this looks like.
Yeah.
Do you think there's cities like that that were hidden in the other courts? Because we've only seen a couple of them, really.
Ooh.
Do you think there's cities like that hidden?
I think no. I think Reese has the specific power that allowed him to shield himself so nobody could like hack his brain to then, discover this place. I think, like Tamlin or like anybody else like that, they just wouldn't have this mental fortitude to be able to fend these people off. So
Speaking of that, were you surprised? They said that Reese is the most powerful High Lord ever.
yeah, no,
Ever. That-
Team Reese, I get it, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was not lost on me for sure.
They tied it up so well though, because he attacked Amarantha
So
in the
sex
first
thing?
book. Well,
He really sold that.
you can only wish. Book
Woo, book 3.
when they're getting ready to kill Amarantha, Reese attacks her, but she just force throws him against the wall. It's like, if he's really the most powerful, why couldn't he get to her? But then they tied it up so well, like on page 188, he's using all his power to shield Valeris from the world.
He was working at like 25%, right? I mean, at
That's
best,
exactly.
right? So yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
It's like Jordan flu game.
Yep.
that's right.
I'm pretty
did you
sure
have
our
another question
viewers
for us,
know
Zach?
Michael Jordan flu
Yeah, any
game.
further wild card questions? Zach, you got something on your mind?
Yeah, how about this, fellas? Would you have trained Feyre if you were Tamlin?
Yes.
Talk about it.
Instantly.
Whoa.
Because, seriously, like, god damn it. I used to love Tamlin, and then he turns into this fucking, like, blithering moron that just can't get out of his own way. It's like, you've got literally a nuclear bomb here in the form of a 5'8" woman that is very attractive to you in
She
many
turned
ways.
5'9" though.
Right, yeah, getting that extra
She did. She got that.
it's like, come on, like, oh, you're supposed to be all powerful, and then also now you have this all powerful like wife also, and you're not going to train her to fight by your side. Like, what an
Take on the
asshole!
world.
To be fair,
It makes me so mad.
He's had a lot of losses, though, right? Like, he already lost Feyre once. He watched her get her neck broken, though, to be fair, he didn't do anything.
Yeah,
He
well now
watched.
she's fucking Super Saiyan, so
Yeah.
she's probably not gonna die again.
What's she saying?
That's what she said. That's what I'm saying. What are you saying?
Huh? God, I'm zoned out. You guys just talk amongst yourselves.
James,
James, would you have
We're coming
trained
to
Feyre? Yeah.
I would question back, what the hell kind of training are they doing that they're so worried about like someone else
Right?
finding out? Like,
Right.
are you setting off actual nuclear bombs? Or like, you can't like train discreetly?
No, it has to be TMZ.
You don't have a
Fairy
dojo?
TMZ
Yeah.
will be all over it.
Right, got a dojo somewhere? You could just,
He's got a whole fucking giant library in the house. Is there not like a basement room where they can go hang out and chill out and?
put a magic shield around
Yeah,
it and
right.
not let anybody in.
Not like Valeris, apparently.
This
So.
Yeah.
this series could have been over 50 pages ago.
So like that. There we go.
Was Tamlin afraid that she might become more powerful than him, and then he's not the protector, and she doesn't need him?
That's good.
Let's talk about that.
I think that the.
Why are you laughing, Jason?
No,
You just
nothing,
saw something funny?
nothing,
Thought,
yeah.
thought of something?
Yeah, I thought of something. A joke I heard earlier.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know what I was saying.
You want to kick it to me?
Yeah,
Would
please,
you have trained
Yeah.
Feyre?
please go.
Well, are there implications to
Yes.
yeah, here we are. Here we sit. When we think about like, is she at this point comparing what she knows in Tamlin?
Oh boy.
Oh boy, yeah.
Get there.
Go ahead and finish.
Let's go.
I'm so
That's
used
all
to
right. Yeah. It's a run.
And
got
what she feels as though may be possible in Reese.
I'm so used to you being on a computer. And here we are. God bless America.
You're just seeing it on the board, you know.
A wise man once said, "New is always better." So I think she's Faye now, right? Like she's not. She used to have fucking Isaac, right? Like, I mean, yeah, that guy was nothing,
Nerd.
right? Yeah.
She's exploring the land. of
What do they say? The
dogs.
grass is thicker on the other side?
Thus, we've worked Isaac into another conversation.
God bless
He's
Isaac.
sticking
He'll
around.
be back.